What's going on, family? Welcome back to the channel. So I'm going to give you guys a quick update on what's going on with the C5 Corvette Z06. As you guys know, I broke it at the drag strip. Before I get started, I want to ask you guys to become a part of the 15%. What am I referring to? 85% of people who watch my videos are not subscribed. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, join the family, join the 15%, and let's run that number up. All right, so let's jump back into it. So as you guys know, I changed my differential fluid. I made a video on that maybe a couple of months ago, and I had a suspicion that there was metal in my differential fluid. On March 5th, I sent in an oil analysis. When I sent in that oil analysis, I was supposed to hear back maybe 2-3 days later, a few days later, and I did not hear back. Fast forward to April 27th, a couple of days ago, I remember, and I was like, you know what? I need to go ahead and call these people and see what's going on. I called them. They tell me that they entered my email address wrong, so that's why I didn't get notified. So instead of .com, they put .ocm, something so small. I would think you would get a kickback from a invalid email address. I did get the results back. Here is what it says. Let's see. Copper is extremely high. Lead is high. Tin is high. They may reflect wear on bronze alloy thrust, bushings, or clutch material. Iron is extremely high. Chrome is high. Aluminum is extremely high. And they're saying that they need a second sample in order to really identify what it is. And it says to check a magnet plug for abnormal metal or debris. Okay, so it is pretty much confirmed that I do indeed have metal in my diff fluid. Now, let's fast forward to the car being at the shop. It isn't currently in Dallas or the Dallas area at Gearhead Performance. I reached out to them on Tuesday. They told me they would call me back. I reached out Wednesday morning. They said they would call me back. And I reached out in the evening. They said they would call me back. And finally, they did call me back. He said he's been busy. I understand. And when I dropped the car off, they said it's going to be at least 3 weeks before they can look at it. So we're right around that time. What's going on with the car? He said they think it's the input shaft that is the issue. They haven't had the time to put the car up on the lift because once they put that car up there and start taking things apart, it has to stay up there. So they haven't had the opportunity to have a lift that can be taken up for a few weeks. And now they have the opportunity to do so. So he said they're going to get it up there probably early to mid next week, break it apart, and find out what the issue really is. As you guys know, I have a few different problems. Whatever I broke at the drag strip is number one. Number two is the metal in the differential fluid. And number three is that whining noise, which I think is from the torque tube, okay? Or the rear diff, I'm not sure. I'm hoping that whatever the issue is, whatever I broke, was a result of that whining noise and everything else, and it all plays a part. That way I can knock everything out the way. The input shaft wouldn't be that bad, I would hope, I would think, in terms of price, but you never know. So what I'm thinking about doing, and you guys let me know if I should or should not, actually give me some recommendations. Since the car is already taken apart, I'm thinking about putting a new clutch in there. So I have a cost in mind that I want to spend on fixing that issue of whatever I broke. And if it's at that point or less, I'm going to go ahead and buy a clutch and spend a little bit more money. But if it's more than what I want to spend, I may just leave it alone. My thought process is that the car is already broken down. The transmission is already taken apart. So it's easy for them to throw in a clutch. And that way, if I decide to get a clutch later on, I don't have to worry about the labor as much. Okay. So you guys let me know what you recommend for clutches. I'm looking for something probably about 700 or 800 horsepower. I don't want to put a 500 horsepower clutch in there because that's probably where I'm at now with my nitrous. So 700 to 800 horsepower, that's not going to break the bank. I know that's hard to say. I know it's difficult, but let me know what you guys think. In the comments below, what clutch would you recommend that's not going to break the bank, but is a really good clutch that will hold some power, okay? I appreciate you guys watching the video. Hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, share the video, and I will give you guys more information as soon as I receive more information. Take it easy.